So, hello everyone, this is Tribecast, next episode of this year, or first episode of this year actually. So, new year, new start. And yes, if you're curious, who do you hear? You do not hear Harry. Harry's stuck in Britain. So, I came back to ensure that the project is going on. I came back to the microphone while normally I would be just doing my project leading director stuff behind. Anyways, my name is Marina, this is Tribecast. So, hello Maiju.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. We're gonna talk about Film Tampere today, right?
Yes.
But first, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, of course, and thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. So, my name is Maiju Viiki, and currently I work in Film Tampere, which is part of Business Tampere. And I moved to Tampere in 2014 to study in the university. I studied marketing, and I was very lucky to find a job here after graduating. First, I worked at the marketing team in Business Tampere. After that, I joined our Talent Tampere team. I was in charge of coordinating the Tampere Ambassador Network, and the internationalization is something that I really value, and that is something that I will carry always in my work after I moved forward in Business Tampere. So, yeah, as said, right now I'm working as a specialist in Film Tampere.
All right, so probably that's the moment when our listeners are like, why Film Tampere? This is not a business, this is not a startup. What's happening? So, how would you describe the activities of Film Tampere? What do you do?
So, Film Tampere is an economic development program. And our main task is to build the audiovisual industry of Tampere region. So as we have like Education Tampere, Startup Tampere, Film Tampere focuses on the development issues of the audiovisual industry. And we focus heavily on the business development of the companies in this region. And in addition to the audiovisual companies of the region, our clients are also production companies both nationally and internationally, who wish to make their production in Tampere.
So, let's imagine a situation that I had some kind of education as a, say, camera person back in my home country, and then for whatever reason I decided to move to Tampere. So, how can I have a job or some kind of other cooperation with Film Tampere?
Basically, we have many amazing production companies in the region. And as Film Tampere, we host this open network for the production companies in the region and also the entrepreneurs of this field. And we usually have annual meetings a few times a year. And we network and have some kind of current topic, which is usually related to business development or some current topic of the industry. So anybody who wish to network or wish to build the audiovisual industry together with other companies in the region, just feel free to contact me and I will definitely put you in touch with the network.
Okay, then how do I find you?
You will find me, for example, through Film Tampere's website, so www.filmtampere.com.
Okay, and as far as I understand from your explanation, Film Tampere is not only for people who want to be the next, who is the coolest director currently? Woody Allen? No?
I would say Riley Stearns, the person who directed the first Hollywood film shot here in Tampere.
All right. Were you part of that as well?
Film Tampere were part of the process, so it was very exciting.
Wow. So we have a first Hollywood movie made in Tampere.
Yes. The corona situation got quite bad there in the United States, and the XYZ Films started to look alternative places where they could film the production. And luckily, XYZ Films had a Finnish IPR venture capital company and fund on board, and they suggested that XYZ should consider Finland as a location. So after that, we started the discussions, and we were happy to welcome the dual production to Tampere in fall 2020.
All right. So now we have a good example, or you told us a good example of cooperation and international business, how it works. Still, for the local companies, for example, is it possible to cooperate with Film Tampere if, say, our company wants to make really, really cool ads, some kind of promotion video or something in that sense? Do you have, for example, studios to rent?
Film Tampere acts as a link between different parties in the region, and there are a lot of very, very big and very cool studios in the region, so we act as a link to those. And for example, in last year we had the Tampere Film Festival, and Film Tampere hosted this event where the production companies who make videos for companies got to network with the biggest industry companies in the region to kind of network and find a proper match for those companies who were looking for a video producer for their next ad.
So you not only connect, but you also organize events where you can look for network and connections.
Yes, definitely.
Of course it's 2020, 2021, and it's a bit scary to talk about plans, but if everything permits us, do you plan to have more events like this?
Yes, definitely. We tend to have events during the Tampere Film Festival, which is held in March. And we, of course, also have virtual events as online events, as we can never know where the corona situations might get us.
Okay, and we can find all of those events via Film Tampere website.
Yes, and they are also on the event calendar of Business Tampere website.
Okay. I don't know if you're the good person to ask this question, but I'm just a bit curious. When we talk about film production in general, it's usually either about the capital area or some, historic region, like in the United States, it's Hollywood and Los Angeles, this kind of stuff. Why Tampere has a film company? Like, how did all that start?
Basically, Tampere has a strong history of audiovisual productions, and it's heavily influenced by Yle, which is a Finnish national public broadcasting company. And there has been a lot of great productions and still are made in Mediapolis. Tohloppi, most known as the shows of Yle TV2. And few years back, the audiovisual companies in the region and the city of Tampere discovered that they have mutual interest to develop a more commercial industry alongside of the public one. So I think it was the end of 2017 when Film Tampere was established to serve this purpose. But basically also why Tampere is that we still have a lot of untouched locations here, such as lakes, industrial heritage, beautiful city, the colorful houses of Pyynikki. So those we haven't yet seen on the big screens yet. And that is something that really adds value for the productions, that they can provide some new scenery.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I start to imagine how that could have looked. Definitely the Tampere area lakes would be great scenery for maybe some action movie.
Yeah, but we have a lot of interesting productions coming up, so stay tuned because we will have something for that.
Okay, so you mean movies?
Yes, movies and TV shows. We have drama series and also the studio productions in Mediapolis. For example, last year we hosted 28 productions, which got the production incentive of the city of Tampere. So the city of Tampere has this production incentive, which is 10 to 15% cash rebate for production costs used in the Tampere region. These costs can be, for example, the goods and services bought in the region and the salaries of local employees. And for the city of Tampere, production incentive is above all an investment, because we have calculated that €1 used for the incentive will produce a tenfold return in the local economy. And we think that without this incentive, Tampere wouldn't be as attractive as production location as it is now.
That's interesting. And I especially like the part when you say about the employees and salary. So that's a possibility. Is there a possibility for students? Because I know that at least in the University of Tampere there is a theater and acting faculty. So if you want to do something.
We have done a lot of cooperation with the Tampere University, and in addition to the great acting department, they have the media and arts faculty in Tohloppi. So we have had a lot of productions where students have been involved, and I think that is very important for the students to get to know kind of the work in real life and also build their networks, but also for the productions to get the fresh perspective for things.
Fresh blood.
Yes.
Yeah, but I cannot but agree that it's really important for students to figure out how the work is, because even though the universities are doing pretty well, it's a little bit theoretical always.
Yes.
So unless you go there and check that, okay, this is how it's working, this is how it is.
Yes.
So can you name any like specific programs that is for specific faculties or specific groups of students, or is it case by case?
I think we are such a lucky city to have such a multidiscipline university. So I think it's always case by case what kind of talent is needed.
And once again, speaking of talents, as I see the possibility for someone, for example, who's doing freelance as a camera, or okay, in my case, I'm doing some freelance as sound editor. So if I want to get something like some kind of income, let's be straightforward, the possibility is that I send a message to you and you probably connect me to some group which is currently doing something where I can get a job or project.
Yes, and we definitely connect talents and companies, and one very good place to start is this crew bank, which we have in Film Tampere website. There, film and TV professionals can fill up their profile, and we have a list of these profiles, and when a production company comes to Tampere and they are looking for employees, we give them access to this crew bank where they can, if they, for example, need a cameraman or assistant or sound editor, then they can just look in those titles and find what kind of talent is here in Tampere.
And what about your cooperation with Yle, or as they say, Wiley? Is it the same thing, or you have a special sector? So this one is also only for Yle. This kind of services we do only with them.
We are heavily focused on the commercial companies, but we of course do a lot of cooperation with Yle because they are very big and important actor in the region. But because we are part of Business Tampere, our services is mainly targeted for the companies who worked in commercial side of the film and TV industry.
And since we started talking about money and commercializing, how can you comment the situation with Corona? So is there more companies coming? Is there less companies coming? Is there nobody coming? Or maybe everybody just were like, let's move to Tampere. That's anyways cleaner than Helsinki Corona-wise.
Well, if we think about the spring 2020, the Corona pandemic really put the companies in challenging position here in Tampere as well. And right now, especially the movie theaters are in very difficult position, because a lot of premieres have been postponed and they have even temporarily closed down the theaters in some region, like here in Tampere. And this all caused a lot of economic losses. But on the other hand, Corona opened us new possibilities internationally, as we landed our first Hollywood production Dual here, despite the pandemic. So now we really think that we should take advantage of this kind of momentum and utilize the Corona safety environment here more and make it as an asset when we talk with international productions.
So come to Finland, it's not that bad like in your home country.
Well, in most cases, yeah, but at the same time we must follow the rules and restrictions made by the authorities. And for example, in the case of Dual, they took the Corona really seriously. They, for example, COVID tested the whole crew many times during 1 week. So we also have very talented and capable healthcare professionals here in Finland, which is really our asset.
I wonder how much trouble it is to make a movie with all these Corona restrictions besides COVID testing. All right. anything from Film Tampere that you would like still to mention? Maybe give a bit of a advertisement for coming projects?
Yes, we have many exciting productions coming up during 2021. And I think the productions made in Tampere so far have proved that the region and its companies' competence on local and global scale is very, very great. And yeah, as I said, exciting new productions will be announced in near future, so stay tuned.
All right. Thank you, Maiju. That was Maiju Viiki from Film Tampere.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. And yeah, if you want to know, if our listeners, want to know more about what Film Tampere is doing, have a new job there, watch a new cool movie or TV series, so check their website, their social media. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
This was Tribecast episode 6, first episode of the new year. My name is Marina. Today we had Maiju Viiki from Film Tampere. If you would like to know more about Film Tampere, check their website. Do you like what Tribecast is doing? Then follow us on social media and check your favorite media platforms. Also, if you feel that you could start your own podcast, feel free to contact me because I'm soon starting a new project about public speaking and podcasting. These will be a series of workshops, so feel free to contact me or follow my social media. And for now, I wish you all a great week. Stay safe and stay warm and tuned.